Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me doing the makeup look that I was wearing in my last video. I will leave the video right here for you guys. It was my what's in my makeup bag and review of the Leatherology extra large train case. If you missed that video, it was a very good one. But today we are going to do the makeup look that I was wearing in that video. It is such a good look. I absolutely love it, and it's something that I can easily wear every day. So if you want to see all the products that I used and how I achieved the look, then let's go ahead and get started. Got my pretty little bag right here. She doesn't even fit on this little table that I'm using to film, so I gotta set her on the floor. We are gonna start by going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow Primer. Love this primer. It is a light gold shimmery serum-like primer. It just really preps the skin, makes it super soft and super smooth and hydrated. For foundation, I'm going in with the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in the shade L4 DeVille. I recently did a review and wear test in a vlog. I will link that video down below if you want a more in-depth application and wear time and more info on the foundation, but it is definitely my #1 foundation right now. I am still obsessed with the Dior Forever Concealer. This is in the shade 0N. I do like my concealers to be lighter than my foundation. This is such a good hydrating concealer. It has great coverage. It blends out really well, wears all day long, and if you have fine lines like I do, or you're super expressive and your concealer tends to crease on you, this is a really good one to go for. It's just super flexible underneath powder and wears really well all day. I'm gonna set that concealer using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder in the shade Fair. I am really sad and kind of freaking out internally because this powder is MIA in stores and online. I don't know if it's being discontinued or if she's reformulating it. I don't know if, I mean, I don't think that it needs to be reformulated, but I hope that is the reason why it is nowhere to be found, because this is my favorite powder. I don't want it to go away. It's just so good. Like I said, if you have fine lines, I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost in this viewfinder right now. It's just so good if you have fine lines, if you are, you know, in your 30s like I am. It is just so good and sets your concealer in your under eye area, but it doesn't leave you looking heavy or crepey under there. It's just the best, and I'm really sad if it's gonna go away. I don't know what I'm gonna use in its place if it's gone. And then the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder for the rest of my face. It just does a great job of locking in this foundation and helping my makeup to last all day long. Gonna get in a little brow action with the Anastasia Soft Brown Brow Powder Duo. Just really enjoy using powder. It is super quick, super easy, and just, I think it looks the most natural sometimes. Next, I'm gonna go in with the YSL 3D All Over Glow Finishing Powder. I like to apply my finishing powder on top of just a blank canvas instead of the last step in my makeup routine. Don't ask me why. It's just my preferred way of doing it. But look at that glow that it gives the skin. It is like a straight up lit from within glow. It is stunning. Whenever I'm out of this powder, I will definitely repurchase it. All right. Next up, we are going to bronze and sculpt, and I am using the Physicians Formula bronzers. I've got two that I'm using today. This is the wrong one, hold on. This is the right one that I wanna use first. This is in the shade Bronzer. Super creative on that name. And I'm taking this Hourglass, I think this is the Ambient Edit brush, I think. I'll link it down below. And I'm just gonna go in and start bronzing up the face. This is such a good bronzer, definitely rivals high-end bronzers. It has a very strong scent. So, you know, I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, so definitely be aware of that, but it is so good. I love this bronzer and the next shade that I'm gonna use. So this just adds a little bit of definition. I have not been doing a very strong contour as of late. I feel like I'm just kind of over that. I know. Who the heck do I think I am? I'm gonna take that same color on my nose because I have to define this big honker. Next, I'm going in the shade Deep Bronzer. Think that there is 5 total colors in this line. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and go on top of that other bronzer. You guys know me. I am a makeup mixer and I can never just wear one bronzer. I always have to double them up. I don't know. I just like to complicate things, I guess. No, I just really love bronzer. And then for blush, I'm gonna go in with this Pat McGrath palette. This is the Galactic Sun Trio. I do not care for the highlighter. This is in the shade Golden Nectar, but I do love the blushes. So the blushes are Divine Rose and Desert Orchid. And I am just, you know, gonna continue on my makeup mixing ways and mix these together. This is a Makeup by Mario brush. I did purchase a couple of his brushes. I also have been really into dual-ended brushes. I need to share those, all of my favorites so far in an upcoming video. But this is in the, well, not in the, this is the F2 brush. So I'm just gonna take these blushes and apply them to my cheekies. Mixed together, they create just like a really pretty glowy cheek. I feel it's like just like such a great color. I'm gonna put a little on my nose. That's also something that I've been doing lately. All right, now I'm gonna go in with this Dior Backstage palette. This is the original palette in the shade Universal, and I'm taking another Makeup by Mario brush. This one is F3. So I am going to, yet again, mix some shades, apply this as my highlighter on my cheekies, on my nose, Cupid's bow, and brow bone. Also going to apply this to my inner corners. Using the other end of that brush, I'm gonna go in to the pink shade and just put that on the apples of my cheeks. So glowy, love it. So that completes the base. We are gonna move on to eyeshadow. I'm gonna start with this beautiful Tom Ford palette. This is Mink Mirage. I'm gonna go in with this shade here and use this as my transition shade. I'm gonna go ahead and just bring it down on the lid. I don't really need this on the lid because I'm gonna use a cream shadow for that. But I mean, I don't know. I just always apply my transition shade to the lid. This is the perfect transition shade because it is like the ideal shade to create a natural looking shadow. This whole palette in general is just the bee's knees. It's expensive, so it's definitely not a must-have, but I am thoroughly enjoying it. I would say if you have a smaller collection and you don't have a ton of eyeshadow palettes, then yes, you need this palette. If you don't mind splurging on it, you absolutely should, because it is amazing. And since I purchased it, I've been cleaning out a lot of my other neutral toned palettes, because this is truly like all I need for basic colors. Next, I'm gonna take this shade here. This is a Real Techniques brush. I only take a tiny amount of this color because it's very pigmented. And this brush, you know, helps to control a lot of the pigment because it is a softer, more fluffy brush. It's not super dense. I love that these shades and the pigment can be easily controlled. The formula is super soft and just blends so easily. It's like very effortless. Am I talking you into getting this palette yet? Next, I'm gonna take this little smudger brush. It's by Morphe. I'm gonna take a little bit of that darker shade and line my lower lash line about halfway with this. Then I'm gonna take another Morphe brush. This is just a pencil brush, the M431. I'm gonna go into that original taupe shade and blend out that darker color. That's it for powder eyeshadow. Now we're gonna move on to the cream. And for that, I am using Bobbi Brown's Nude Beach. It is such a good color. Super easy to work with, so I'm just going to apply that to my lid. This is an IT Cosmetics brush, and just blend that out. It's so easy to blend. Like if you are wanting to get into cream eyeshadows and you've never really worked with them before, the Bobbi Brown formula is so easy to work with. It would be perfect for beginners. I find that they blend better than the Laura Mercier ones. Just, it's a little bit more of a creamier formula. It's not, the Laura Mercier ones aren't dry, but it's a drier formula than the Bobbi Brown. The Bobbi Brown is just so easy to work with. I'm just gonna go back in with the brush that I used for that darker shade and just go over the outer corner a little bit. And that's it for shadow. Oh, actually, I said I was done with the powders, but I'm gonna go in with the Ivory shade. Even though I applied my face highlight to my brow bone in my inner corner, I like going over that shimmer with a matte. It just adds a really nice finish. It's like a lit from within glowy finish. It's just, I don't know, I just really like it. Okay, I'm gonna get really up close and personal. No fallout from that palette. None. I'm gonna go in with this white powder. It's called Lucid from KVD. I cannot find these little duos anywhere either, so I feel like they are donezo, but I think you can buy individual little pans. This is such a great brightening powder. It just adds a little bit more coverage and just really brightens up where you want it to, but doesn't add any heaviness. So it just brightens up a little bit. Next, I'm gonna take this Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brow Gel to set my brows. This is the original Legendary Brow Gel. She has since changed up her brow gel. I believe it's still called Legendary Brow Gel, but the packaging's a little bit different and the shade names are different. All right, before I apply lips and mascara, I am going to set my face using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Powder. It is the best setting powder in the world. Just douse my face with that stuff. It's so good. I'll let this dry for a minute before going in with my mascara. For mascara, I'm using the Patrick Ta mascara. So amazing. I am running low on this and I will immediately run back out and repurchase it. It has my favorite type of wand, which is a natural bristle wand, and it is big and fat. So it makes your lashes super fluttery and fluffy, and it just is, oh, I got a string on it, a super voluminous mascara. Like, it does not take, you know, 4 or 5 coats to get a really nice thick lash, and it's not clumpy at all. Your lashes stay separated. The best word I can describe is just like thick and fluffy. See, there's only 2 coats. 2 coats, and the difference is insane. Let's finish up on this eyeball, and then I'm going to apply it to my lower lashes. Now it's time for lips, and for that I am using this Anastasia duo. These are part of her new lip collection. The lip liner that I'm using is in Deep Taupe, and the lipstick is in Tease. I have been really enjoying a darker lip line, and I have been overlining my lips ever so slightly. And then for lipstick, I have been enjoying a lighter, pinkier shade. I just really like the way that it looks, and it's just been my go-to lately. And this is the final makeup look. It is something that I have been gravitating towards and wearing a ton recently. I feel like it's appropriate literally for anything. Like, I mean, I'm not the kind of person that thinks like certain makeup looks are only appropriate in certain, you know, situations. I would wear this just to go to the grocery store, sister. Like, it's just great. It makes me feel really good. I feel super confident. And this is bulletproof, sis. It's not going anywhere. So I will have all of the products listed and linked below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. I will leave all of my social media handles and everything in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.